Abusuafo ne adɔfo a munyina akwa bebiem for once ni aha ene niema hia se wote no nyina ye de etwegu manku bebia like ne hye ne ma honya so ye de insanke bi ensobredi emfi ni nchim ne enka de wo nchim enne Zanetor Rawlings ena chese osa de hu ono ankasa maame Kunadu Ajiman Rawlings any NPP for Melu supporter both presidential and parliamentary no. The entire castle or Huruni Mammy say, yeah, then who say Mammy are affiliated with NPP4 or the one Mengomo was on Yakofado, sir, NPP4 your program Bibusina or Sawasi, and also no, you who say NDC for a program or Sawasi, you who saw a Mahama Kujina the Esa. Inti sabri no win by no Zanetor Rawlings said sapa patches e back video na efe. After that and so no there is something going on and run a transition process near the Ťeaṣe. Na information about Ťeaṣe NPP for Ťeaṣe 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 transition process in Ťeaṣe no omo ye niema wanwan bi Ťeaṣe ehu ye pa na NDC for standing on their toes Ťeaṣe actions be on my taking no e won ye pa yenkoni nkwiti ne hwe
Sikachia bi ahodo bi akokoso ene 100 ni enka sika be 240 million Ghana cedis na sa bra NPP aban won atuama entity bi a woni ECG eye company no edi djuma eno ache no appointment ahodo bi kokoso na se ye fafa nipa bi mu adwuma mu a ni nyina no wochem se bere ya ye wo mu akatro ne bro na NPP amanyokwo mudi mo niam akokogui ena mutu sa na moi wo se hadwene pa ye tie ne nsam a wode tu dwa no ebie
worrying issue of last minute recruitments and payments. I'm sure you have heard of various last minute rather irregular recruitments in some ministries, departments and agencies, Bank of Ghana, GRA, the Ministry of Interior and what have you. We need to place on record that these recruitments, especially regarding the time that they are being made, would have severe fiscal implications for the incoming government. For instance, we have picked up information. Indeed, we've seen documentation relating to efforts to pay over 240 million Ghana cedis to an entity that is supposed to have done some business with the electricity company of Ghana. Now, if this was being paid to IPPs so that they could keep the power on, one perhaps would not have any issue. But it is being paid to an entity whose work, in my view, is not as critical as IPPs. Now, this sort of payment is quite huge and would affect the public purse in a manner that could be detrimental if not regularly done. So the NDC side of the transition team requested that this payment be put on hold pending further scrutiny and discussion to ascertain, first of all, the basis for the payments and whether or not it is even proper to make such a payment. I think that good governance requires that the incoming government is given the opportunity to make these decisions. Elsewhere, governments do not operate in this manner. In the twilight of a government, you do not commit the incoming government to some of these things, especially because of the precarious state of our finances. It would be highly irregular and improper to saddle the incoming government with these payments. So we raised a strong objection to these maneuverings and requested that they be put on hold. The government side agreed to put it on hold pending further discussions at the next meeting of the transition team on Friday. And we will forcefully insist that this is done. There is precedent. In December 2016, 17 December 2016, and a letter to that effect was read by a member of the NDC side of the transition team. The NPP side, through Mr. Osafumafo, requested.
Yera Felix of Ťeaṣe and the Yatene Kapenia or Casa de NDC Amanyoko transition team no, Niama Bio do a near Kohua, Entra Yeno, and Wadimusam at today.
Yenimsam prepare ye kase o my Ghana ye International Monetary Fund IMF for no nkita odi bia ye die nam so ama wo modi sika bia bre ye didi dwuma hodo na sika ne behwa ye papa mu ahodo miensa ye di ka de fe di ka ba de toso mienu na anu ya na ete se emse for toso miensa no so wo mo edi aba ne sa na ye boa ye ho de akwa abato so eno kra da nche so ye ne ewiase nyina sika kra bia Batai World Bank no so nkita hodie bia ye ne won mu die wo sika sem fam ne de ka ho na ye no na aka ma ye Rajon Dramani Mohammed ne waba Bontedia to Ťeaṣe afia na ban be fiti ase no nyame adom na January 7th no wo so afina mu no mu hwawie na afia adwuma ne hyase a wo mere se enkita hodie ye do my Ghana any IMF na face World Bank for ntemo no wo mesa kwa kosi nkonwa bie mu na wo ma se bie nkrata mu ahwemu yiye se de be ya eba ne tua ene de ka ho no ebe hu anamo a ye de ebe fa wo tra wo hwe mprempren ya ka ye da ho no a enya kaketwa enu nti ye hwe se ye be ne ma basa na afia be wie che ne ka no pile na pile ko basa nso a na akwakofa nsempi na diaba na ewabra United Nations wo resident coordinator Yera Charles Abani wo ba ne ho anu oni ni di nkomo no enkomodie ni mu no wo betwe sanse media pia wo kire hia se etwa so no mutu sa anamo no na ne nsem no bia wo kan ye wo san kita hodie na se e de fa IMF na face World Bank kita hodie ne kubi eni.
Looking at the existing programs, we need to tweak them to meet the realities of today to do so. I believe we've had discussions with the World Bank and IMF already, and we look to have early engagement so that we can continue to be on the same wavelength. Of course, in the campaign, several, promises been made, and we need to look at what the reality is in terms of sitting together and seeing what the way forward is. Of course, one of our main concerns, and I think we've expressed it to you several times, is the issue of the humps in the debt repayments, and it's something we need to see how we can smooth them so that we don't default again. That would be more catastrophic than this current default. Aside from that, we know that in the last family season, the rainfall pattern was very erratic, and so we're anticipating that there's going to be some problem with availability of food, and so how we're able to kick in supports to ameliorate the situation is something that we would like to work on. With all the other agencies, UNICEF, UNHCR, and all that, we are happy to continue to engage.
Abusia Gani amampeni aye Yera John Dramani Mahama ene asiso kasei.
Na yamampeni aye Yera John Dramani Mahama na wadi atudwa ya wo kire se LGBTQI bill no sabre yenyanyin twumu mane meye mra kase mampanyi na nada kokufa de nka ode ne pen betima se na beye mra bi mkura so wonto ho ase tabire kopie mu okoto a ehun nsem na koye pinso e wo mai emo na wabre ya Assemblies of God asafo mpani ye wo mai mo e kopie mu e wo Yera John Dramani Mahama ne nase pe ka trinkwansem egu ne so no e na Yera Mahama de atudwa wo kyese enka beye na niji kese se mampanyi na nado danko akufu ado enche wo be fra kwanya so wo be sign LGBTQ bill no na ka beye mra e wo mai mo wo sinka na ni beje pa sense one sign nas wo di jaho kwa ade no e best pie wo hwe se de aye no a we no just NDC amanyoko ba wo san be hyase eye bibia foforo na so na yanka bill na beto ne nase a e wo senka wo sensan no e bere papa do anie yanka wo se mampanya kufu ado san na sa wa anya sa ade a ade de best pa ma NDC amanyoko ba just say wo be hyase eye bibia foforo na emom no se mampanya kufu ado ansan ne NDC ba nyankopon ya do betra ba nwane so a wo be hwe atu hu anamo.
You said the issue of LGBTQ is still an issue that is pending, and it is our hope that this president will sign the bill, but if he doesn't sign it, the bill will expire, and it means that the next parliament must look at it again. And of course, like I said, we're not people who promote that kind of attitude. The Bible is very clear on issues like that, and so we'll continue to remain faithful to our spiritual guidance and do the things that are necessary to do.
Enyi John Dramani Mahama ena yate nenken.
Yeah, we are Pramto Broadcast here. You go so at some Ohio TV XYZ Toti and Cow Power 97.9 Samsung Radio XYZ 93.1. Look on Facebook live ho and until be to me share na unu ya bin so nya bia hwe na fe wodo adwenche so de ato yento ansem ne so na panimpa ya emprempren ya no wo ya kane auditor general edemo my Ghana Yera Daniel Yawo Domlevo and ono so ka bidia che Yera John Dramani Mahama so hwe na no memenda bato ekoto ye no a Ghana fo ato abayi pa edi ama Yera John Dramani Mahama kyerese wonu mahunu ene paye woni mu a wo mo gidi so obetumi dia beboa ama oman no atumi atumpon de senti se atumi kese a ene gidi a Ghana fo anya ya ye de atumi kese ya mano no wo hwe no wo be wa metoto na se kure wo su kure mu din okure mu abia no hwe se Ghana fo pe ene niema hodo e wo se ye ede bo ama oman atumi kɔ nanimo no ye hwe na yetu sa na mo no na boa am yetumi akɔ animo sa kwan no so wo so de no kra so to nkyɛn a mampani aba ye to ye ne gap no wo besie na ɛso pa de na yɛhwa ba omi ahwehwɛ no enya ankodi ne ho abedi Yera John Dramani Mahama ho nti wɔn hwɛ sɛ eniema hodo obeya ebetumi aboa man kankro aba no ye no ho na monto no beto de no so kra to nche mrahye bedwa bato a ye kwato ye nso sa ye hu se NDC mrahye bedwafo no e se wo mo call mani mpa wo mo doso ama ya no so wo mo kopre bia ka ho wo mo pre wo man pre o sa ya na ye mane de obesie green wafa entutwe mo tan ya hwe ni ho abetumi ayafa no na Yera Domlevo chese de entie ma Ghana foto madodo e de ma NDC mrahye bedwafo no ye se wo mo nkonko so my Ghana yie na wo hwe se oman no ba bia ye wo a enko yie no a eno nti yeso anam so me yedi tumi na hye ni samanyoko ne nsemo no wo mekwa kwasesa niema enye se bi yeso wo manya majority ni ntia na wo mkwa mrahye bedwemu ana wo mkwa yie niema bebe wi achi ebetumi ha oman no se nya sa enetie ne se ntipeni for hwe ntu na mo no na wo sre Ghana mampani ya wabai Yera John Dramani Mahama se ade ba ko bi ho no wo so de ni hwe ene asue ya ehwe oman Ghana atentrene na abalo ya pani so no sa hwe omudwumadi ahodo so se ekoba se ya mpai sa hwe ni mu mienu ama tentere ne ya hwe na nyina ne baabi na abalo ya pani no susu anyina ne baabi a ebe de se mprempren abalo ya pani no a wo sa ye so afo sa ye yina se ni nua ba ko no susu wo sa de bre na bi emebu na tene ekoba sa ebe ye se bebrenti empanimfo enhwe na wonu enye bibi ebeja legacy kese de ato ho na enchirima ya wonu mo ba ne nsu behunu sampa mampani bi ba ya ne efre ne Yera John Dramani Mahama okoy wo sa ba no obedru ye no enema wo ye ne de nsakra ye bebre no a ene ba omanfo asesene mo gidi sese ko ba se etu sa na mo na ebetumi aboanti we ye futuo ya Yera Domlevo ode ma Yera John Dramani Mahama ene NDC abai no
Ghana Bar Association aloya fonka bom ko kase wo mai emo wo mo den krata ababedadwa ni nyina fa fi ya bato ya ekoso no ehon na wono mo nsem wo ka nyina ya baso bode nsem asabre wo mo ede ekoma Ghana nyina sanse aba ne sei no eye Ghana ana ya di enkunim se dru brese Ghana ya boaboa ho akwakoto aba ya na wiase manse nyina ani de echipa e sanse o man Ghana ye ka ya sumdwe no a emfie bebreni a yakwa bato so no ya kura mu eti basa no ya na obi e kan Ghana dia sumdwe be ko wi champa asumdwe kwan enso e na bato ni nyina be kwa wie na no na Ghana Bar Association fo nkrata wom edi aba no de di kan kra no wo bo abato commission no abaso ye electoral commission se ni nyina esi papa wo mo sra so wo mo na ye bibia hwama bibia timi akokama ebio so diplomatic community no wo mo so mo do mani edi a kire pa ye ka ye bambo dwuma kwa hodo security agencies no a won so from the bia no wom ebio police station agents ahodo stakeholders ahodo mo boa ye do no edi a kire election observers ahodo a won so edi wani edi a kire ena fenso ye ka international ne domestic observers ahodo ni nyina no a won nyina abaso body akase ena wode eko ama osafia bato no ye nyina ekura mudie na ye boa ye ma perepere ye hunumo etimi adwuma eno achi ena wo kire se enaido Ghana mampanyi a Ghana fo koto aba enkunimdi ekoma no Yera John Dramani Mahama wo mo bona baso papa pesa se enkunimdi o hwe gabo na asa de ye ka no a wo soro pa we kire pefe se Ghana fo agino atomu preko pe na wo ban so no wo mo hwe se ni dwumadie ni bibia ebetimi akoso nkan se de wo ehwe di mo no ebio so no Yera Dr. Alhaji Mahmud Bomia o hwe se de enkukuo di ekoma no no a ene wa ntwentwe ne nan ase kura na ja oba bonten ebe kire sampa wo hwe se de ade ne kono a baabi mia ahodo kra yenkenke nyina de beka ono manu asabre onyan no ho a nya de obedi nkunim to ono so wagi tumu se wadi ntwo e wabato no babonten e de betu dwabo yera John Dramani Mahama baso wasa kwan so de a na wo aloya fo ka bom ko e wo mamu kire se wo e bo na baso wasa kwan so pa se wagi atumo na waboa ama enkunimdi akoso na wo kire se abato no mdo bedi de kire ye nipa bi hwere won kwan e wo mesan se wo ko mpesi ahodo so ho ye mentim ho ase keka etu atoto bi ekoso e ma nipa bi eto ananam e wonse do e no kire se busuafo a wona de hye e ka mu no Nyankopon egichi wonum ewre na wono so wo prepare ya sabre o wa ya sabia nyina no Nyankopon enka ho se wo mo ebenya apomode ma
Dear Kwan na NPP4 eji sabre na mo ya vote etia mo a na se mo kofia sisi mo ni power bi mo ni power bi wo de ehwe 2020 result kra by na team say NPP4 parliamentarians and A137 NDC for A137 te be ka say na power kakra eye den ehye NDC for nsem na so mo de ma we poto ma we kura just a moon power baby Mahama na supreme on NDC4 now transition process I shall see a course I think I shall see a nipa transition process a course I think I will treat ya a kebi mama Fiscal David amount for someone Ťeaṣe says canning in a more fambra mo fambe John Mahama nsem na enipa bi a ya form into an institution bra ya L00t Mahama no a enye kwan paso no yenim se jembo bekle mu nyina afri ho jemu ntimi mu nya adwumo adwumbo ni we ontimi mu nya adwuma adentina dada ya fam adwumo na afi a mo bekofi na afi ne yefo adwuma Ashem afiam bekofi afi na mu Ťeaṣe bi de nyina no NDC transition team na a hot a days a year and niema e koso achese emfsem fata no omaputu a measures in control achese enye sam kitwa. This is the time I say Mahama rescue Ghana. This is the time I was say Mahama I appreciate voter Ghana for the Ediamano. Say onyanko into office there on call office as you speak. Now so no obitima kasem sisi onnen the president elect as we speak inti akofado ene ne krofo ye bibia enne ya obitima kasem say de moye no munjan first obi ene so obitima ka achom den kofado bi Mahama obitima ka achom say betting taxes ni nyina wontwam cause on first obi ene so ye COVID-19 tax wontwam 11 nyina munye free ho because as we speak in the Ghana for any break and omo pese AGM appreciate the vote am yeden ediamano machine en monyam no so no so she Ghana for en monyam and bia ni se obeyesa no de ntisa akofado oba akoto eyese ohini biti wase sorry ono anyesa no de on kasa on fan so to abama no kromotini wa de on yesa or appreciate nipa sidi nipa edi edwumachine sa or appreciate yeden eye on to do a chick west in the Ghana for because without Ghanaians there is no president. Without the democracy and constitution there is no Ghana. I just say sabri the on the union so very respect every institution and authority. I just say and ne a man for cast answer na GM crampo beat me a prosecute these people no because I crack him say these people me deal say Ghana this kana kwa kudidi ho. Because how comes any papa could put in this good time but crank a bank for years cadia yejuma. Na ye fango cra fusika, near farm rafusika, a cry, and your consent. Without your consent, a money motion, no mujin so me yum, a dying a finance minister, a cat or semi farm mount from Maujina. On one sickle. Oh dear, was all the other treasure bills or the from Manafa. No sikafana diamond was the bidis 2032. Nyan samba could say enim, and so a happen, and ne any yom so a yomasia. No beer shame say, Kofo a bonia medino, or sako a Mahama, a coma Ghana for a medium boot for boot, a making sure accountability no kind during the campaign, accountability no kind during the campaign or cast of Beno. was so the oye operation recover all loot and share no cancel be no I was so chassis sabria money makwan man ko yes there be amount for country Mr. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say on force here enyo yo on stopping him be an ensem fata air koso Ghana no bitimi or cancel so e de be den e be ye djuma on said ye Zanetor Rawlings no said ye osa e die yimahi said because nyama maye no chese time Ghana for ni agese mukofio no sympathy obi eni homobro mambim because mo amanye homobro amobia ye some ye de mukofi because adwon pone no wo mutrim na Zanetor Rawlings esa edi ehim edi NDC flanka no den chinchin agese the supporters for so e budget so asawe de say kind no e ado de huru ono ankasa maame e de huru NPP form council mo hand over power da why a country say tatanta we second ye hand over power da and then David incident enye adwuma enne Ghana for akasa na ibe make sure say the ekosu bia the bebro na so I do keep you update ebusia for yakra